that the people who opposed the lockdowns, they were doing it because, yes, there was the freedom thing, yes. But that wasn't the thing that motivated the emotional response on the right to these authoritarian lockdowns. What motivated the emotional response was what motivated me, which was the disgust with allowing yourself, because of your financial security, to rise so far above the people you relied on to survive. Meaning, we're going to enforce a lockdown because we can work from home.
Right.
So we're going to keep making our money and protect ourselves from the plague, but we're going to force you to go out into the plague and stock those shelves and bring those packages and bring us that food. And we're going to then tell you how to live your life. So we're going to there's going to be nothing out there for you to do except labor for us, right? Except deliver our packages, right? Nothing's going to be open for you. You're going to have to brave the plague and go out into the danger so we can protect ourselves. And then they misunderstood what was essentially their economic privilege, right, of being able to work from home, as virtue. They thought they were more virtuous because they were staying home. Right? So they took this thing that was a class divide, where they really were in such a better situation than the people who they relied on to work and keep them alive, and then they wanted to keep that they made that distinction even bigger and bigger and bigger, and kept pushing for policy to make that distinction even greater and greater and greater. And what I saw on the right was a Marxist disgust with the bourgeoisie, with these educated elites, for creating a situation that benefited them. Suddenly their houses were worth so much more, right? But then the kicker was, as soon as they had a vaccine, they were like, oh, now you have to take it or you get fired, right? Like, it was so disgusting. And I think that disgust is I would call that Marxist in nature. It is a disgust with a class divide that one side is sitting there benefiting from, and then stewing in its own sort of moral, virtue, while oppressing other people. Like, that's a Marxist analysis of COVID, and I bet you would agree.
Isn't that interesting? A to the men. Like, she nailed it. She just